Good morning, good morning. Let's start the day this morning with an I love you. Hi friends, my name is Claire and this is my channel, Woodshed Theory. Here, I make content about what it is like to live as an adult on the autism spectrum and whatever else feels good to me. So if that sounds good to you, or if you're feeling particularly gracious today, and I hope that you are, please go ahead and click the subscribe button, ring the bell. I almost forgot to mention that I put out videos 3 times a week. Sometimes I get down on myself for only having the mental capacity to do a porch coffee / bed coffee. We've relocated to a different location since it got cold. Sometimes I get down on myself about it because I feel like it's not a good enough video. And I have to say, shout out to one of my lovely subscribers, Kathy. She always says that these are her favorite videos. And I always think about that when I feel like I'm just wasting time and not doing a good video. What do you do when your nose itches and you're holding a cup of coffee and a camera? Ooh, this is precarious. I've just found since the heat went on for, I'll use the word winter sparingly because it's West Coast winter, but it's really drying my skin out and making me itch all over. I know that I should be drinking more water, but if you have any other suggestions, and I hope that you do, please go ahead and leave a comment. Help a girl out. So I was thinking today about holiday expectations. We don't have any plans yet for Thanksgiving, and I find myself struggling to plan anything for my partner and myself as far as like making food for us. Like that just seems like a task. I don't want to make a Thanksgiving dinner for us. Am I a bad person? I think I might either make us a chicken, or if I get really inspired, maybe like some sort of steak pie. That sounds really good. We would eat the heck out of a steak pie for a few days. I actually have had a pretty busy weekend, and as far as I had 2 places to be, 2 separate places to be on 2 separate days this weekend. And I was honestly really stressed about it. Not because I don't like the people, you know, it just seemed like a lot. Even though it's not really a lot. Some people plan things every day for themselves. But today I'm going to meet up with some old friends and celebrate a new baby, so that should be fun. I made the sweetest crochet gift for my friend, and I guess I'll talk about it on another video coming up, talking about all the things I've crocheted recently, but I'm really excited for her to see it and see if she likes it. And yeah, you know, you put a lot of love into your projects. What else is going on right now? Persimmons. We have a persimmon tree in our yard, and it currently has probably 100 pounds of persimmon fruit on it that needs to get picked this week. If you know any great persimmon recipes, I'm ready to hear them. So again, comments. I was thinking about making persimmon jam, and I've read a bunch of recipes, and I think I understand the gist of it. But I didn't know that there were two types of persimmons. One that is more like a tomato, which was what I was thinking about, softer, and one that is a harder persimmon, which is what we have in our yard. And I've heard that maybe, from some people I've heard that maybe jam wouldn't be a good idea because it's not soft. But then the recipes I'm looking at are using the hard persimmons. So maybe it'll work out if they're ripe enough. It would be more like an apple butter. I've never experienced having a fruit tree that you need to like clear out, so that's been a really interesting experience. I don't know what I thought it would be like, but now it's time to clear out the tree, and I'm like, wow, it's gonna be some work, but it should be fun, right? Play some music, pick some persimmons. Just not a fruit I thought I'd have a tree of any place that I lived. Happy that it's there. Surprised. Persimmons. The only other time I've had a persimmon in my life, I think I was in Egypt. I had just crossed the border into Egypt, and I was with my group at a hotel, and the breakfast bar had a persimmon on it, and I tried it, and it was not ripe, and it was one of the worst things I've ever done. I can still feel the texture in my mouth. Now I know different, like I know it has to be ripe to eat it, but that's always been like a small stumbling block for me because all I can feel is that texture of the persimmon. I don't even remember what it tasted like, but I do remember the chalk feeling of trying to eat one bite. Sensory issues, man. You know, I think that same day we went to look at the Red Sea, and I got to see a wild lionfish in the ocean. And that was pretty cool, off of a dock. At the time, I didn't know that they were super poisonous, but they are. So that's some information for you, friends. Don't try and touch a lionfish. Beautiful. Should not be touched by a human. I've really been knocking out crochet projects this week, and I can't wait to share them all with you, but I'm having trouble figuring out timing because of the gift giving aspect. I have had a lot of people, okay, when I say a lot of people, 90% of the time when I tell people that I crochet or they see my work, they ask me if I have an Etsy and they encourage me to do that. I take that as a compliment. That's so sweet that you think I could sell it, but I feel that if I opened an Etsy to sell crochet stuff, I might feel a little overwhelmed with it because I really enjoy the gift giving aspect and sharing my love with people. But as soon as it becomes a job, then I really start to struggle with getting it done. So I don't think I'll have that kind of Etsy shop. I should never say never, but I don't think that that is in the cards for me as far as like taking care of my stress and setting boundaries for myself. Like I could see myself opening an Etsy shop for patterns if I ever get that good that I write my own patterns. I think that that's the way to go on Etsy because you're just selling digital downloads. You don't have to deal with shipping. And I've seen some of these patterns that people write. They're charging $3, $4 for them. They send you the PDF after you purchase. But they've sold like thousands of these. I really think that that's the way to go. They've hacked the game. They've figured it out. No shipping. You're just selling information. A lot has happened in the news this week. I'm tempted to talk about it, but I have to go through and read the monetization guidelines of YouTube and brush up on what's okay to say and what's not okay to say. Like, I'm not into the idea of censorship, but I am into the idea of becoming monetized. So I I'll definitely have to read up on that. It's kind of interesting deciding what you want to talk about with the public and what's private, but it's a fun thought exercise. You know what I did learn is that as a monetized YouTuber, and I've seen people do this before, so I'm sure that they just have small channels and they just don't know. You're not allowed to encourage people to click on your ads. Like, you can't be like, click on my ads, buy stuff from my ads. If you get caught doing that, you'll become unmonetized. I thought that was super interesting because I feel like I hear that a lot, like, interact with my ads, buy stuff from my ads. But now I know that I won't be able to do that. So maybe in my videos, I'll encourage people not to click on my, my ads and use some like reverse psychology. All right, friends. Well, I think my partner has hinted that he'd like to have some coffee with me as well. So I'm going to cut it there for the day. But I just want you to know that you're loved and appreciated. And every one of your comments just gets me through my day. So thank you so much. And I will talk to you on Wednesday. Bye.